Hello, my name is Lulu. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to start doing some video logging about my life, about the energy work that I'm doing, about Ibiza. Yeah, some little tidbits for yourselves as well. So let's talk a little bit about me and where I'm coming from. Hopefully that'll give you a bit of an idea about where I'm at and how I got here. This video is all about letting go of the knowing, which is something I had to do. I was working in the Maldives, which I've been doing for a couple of years, on event management, literally working myself into the ground, doing about 15 hours a day, and then I just knew I wanted to do something more. I didn't know what that something was. So I left the Maldives and turned up in Ibiza with people saying, "What are you doing? Why are you leaving your amazing job?" It's amazing from the outside, but on the inside, actually I was running myself into the ground and very close to having a burnout. So yeah, it was time to leave, and there was something. This is a beautiful little stray cat that lives next to me, so I'm going to keep feeding it basically. Even though I have my cat inside, Angel, but that's another story about how I rescued her from the Maldives. We'll go into that another time. So, releasing of the knowing. I turned up in Ibiza. I didn't have a job. I was writing a book at the time, which is not, again, it's not something that I had planned to do. It just kind of happened. It just came to me in a flash, but all that's in the book. So we're starting from where the book finished, which you're more than welcome to read the book. It's called A Normal Girl's Guide to Life and Consciousness. The link will be down below. And yeah, so I turned up in Ibiza. I didn't have a job. I knew that I needed to stop doing what I was doing at that point because I was very close to a burnout, physical, mental burnout. So I arrived here and I was kind of looking out for the clues because it was around this time that I really was starting to open myself up. I've always been a left brain thinker, but definitely now started to open my mind up a little bit more and be more less logical and more right-brained, creative, open-minded kind of viewpoint. And I was searching around. I was doing lots of research on YouTube and just kind of looking at videos that interested me, and this video popped up. It was by somebody called Everyday Masters, and he was talking about energy, and I've been doing Kundalini for a couple of years, Kundalini yoga, which is one of my passions. I'll definitely do some little quick videos for you as well, so you can get used to it and do some with me. And so I was already doing some form of energy work, which was the Kundalini yoga, but I noticed that he kept popping up in my suggested for you, and he's talking about energy work and etc. as well. So I watched a couple of his videos, which I found was fascinating, and he kept saying Dr. Eric Pearl, Dr. Eric Pearl. So I was like, okay, I get it. Who is this Dr. Eric Pearl? So I had a look up who Dr. Eric Pearl was, and this is where my reconnective healing journey started, which was fascinating to me. So I had a look who Eric Pearl was, and he's the founder of reconnective healing, which he's been doing for, the energies found him about 25 years ago. Really do have a look at where he's coming from, because he also has been doing chiropractic work for 10 years. So very logical and very kind of not spiritual and woo-woo out there, because I'm just trying to make sure that people understand that if you do like a bit of energy work and consciousness, you don't need to be a tree-hugging hippie. You can just be somebody who has a shower, or somebody that really just is the science-based logical kind of approach to it as well, because energy and consciousness is what we're made of. So it's not like it's crazy talk. We are all made of energy. This is not solid. This is made up of, when you get down to it, past the quarks and all the tiny particles down from there, you get to energy. So I started looking up a couple of his videos, and they were amazing. And I heard that he had an audio book, or a book called The Reconnection. So I got the audio book, and I listened to what he was talking about and how he healed people by connecting to the frequencies and kind of sharing the frequencies with the others, which are just kind of making their way to the planet from God knows where, nowadays. And I was really overwhelmed by how he was literally healing people with the work that he was doing. And I just remember thinking, wow, I would love to do something like that. Really, that would be amazing to do something like that. But I've just moved to Ibiza. I don't have any money. I'm not working. I can't be paying thousands to go and do some training courses and places. And I just remember thinking, oh, that would just be so amazing to be able to do. So the next day or so, I was on Facebook, and in the advertising section in my newsfeed was something about Reiki, which is another kind of form of energy healing. And then I thought, oh, that looks great. So what I normally do is I take pictures or take notes of things that I want to research or that I want to look up. And so I took a picture of this Udemy. It was actually at Udemy is like a training, online training forum that you can just get loads of courses on, which is fantastic. And I'll tell you more about that later. So I took a picture of this Reiki level 1, 2 and masters, and left it in my phone for a couple of days, and I didn't really look at it again because I thought, I'll just wait till I got some money, this and that, blah blah blah. And then I was going through my phone, and that picture popped up, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let's just have a look how much it costs. It's probably going to be too much money. I don't know what, I'm not going to be able to do it, blah blah blah. Then I looked at the course, and it was reduced from 129 euros to 29 euros. This is for level 1, 2 and a masters. So of course, straight away, this is the signs from the universe that you need to follow, and just follow your heart and your soul, and just kind of go with it, and not think that anything has to be set out in a specific way. So I had a look, and I signed up for it, and then I did level 1, 2 and masters in Reiki, which took me a few months to do, and then I did a crystal Reiki level 1, 2 and masters as well. So crystals obviously can amplify the sessions. So yeah, I totally kind of was interested in that as well. So it's not necessarily what reconnective healing is at all, but it was just my way into working with the energies and helping people to kind of cleanse and balance and tone, and manage their energy themselves. So I did those. So again, I'm just following the lead and just follow signs and just kind of let go of the knowing of whatever I was doing. And I finished the book, and I've self-published that. That's on Amazon now. I did the audio myself, and I wasn't really worried that I didn't have a job. I just knew that this was my life and sole purpose, and so that's what I really needed to follow, and not get sidetracked with other jobs that were being offered to me that were in events, which is more what I've been doing for 15 years. But you just got to follow your dream. I don't want to do what other people want me to do or what I feel I have to do. I want to do what makes my soul happy, or just that I know can help be of service to others. So I done the Reiki, the crystal Reiki, and somehow again I stumbled across a video that was talking about singing bowls, crystal singing bowls. So I have known a bit about them before and how they work, and when I was doing Kundalini in the Maldives, one of the ladies that was showing me, Coco, she's amazing, she was using the bowls as well, so I was quite familiar with them. So I got some singing bowls. So I have different size and frequency singing bowls, all for different parts of the body. One for the crown, one for the heart, one for the sacral, and one for the roots, so it really does kind of go all around the body. So this is sound healing, kind of vibrates frequency and tone through the body. So again, it helps to balance and get rid of any negativity that's in the body as well. So that found its way to me, and then I was doing, because I record guided meditations as well, so I've got quite a nice husky voice, and the guided meditations are kind of helping different people in different situations, whether it's loss of a loved one, whether it's knowing your own fabulousness, all these different things that I really felt were different areas that I wanted to help people with as well. So again, just following my heart and just putting all the energy work. It's like being a doctor but not going to a medical school. Being an energy kind of practitioner, an energy manager, is just really having a chat to people, which I do now. I do consultations where I talk to people. I can do this online or in person, whichever way, it doesn't matter because video is everywhere now. So I do consultations with people. So I'll chat to them, have talk about their life, and then see where they're coming from, see what they were doing before, see what they want to do, and then just really putting an energy management program together for them, whether it's physical, mental, psychological. Different people want different things. Not everybody wants to do the energetic side of things. Not everybody wants to do the psychological side of things. So you just kind of really mix it up for people as well. I started getting emails through from somebody about Qigong. So I didn't really know what Qigong was. I thought it was like a kind of like a I thought it was like a martial arts type of thing, but I had heard a little bit about it, so I started having a look at that. But what I realized is Qigong is more like a moving meditation, and I started doing a couple of videos on that, incorporate that into, as well as doing my Kundalini, doing like breath work and meditations with Kundalini and different sets. But also I'm going to let you have a few different freebies and different things on that as well, because I'd really like you to get used to it and understand what Kundalini is about. But I'll go into that in detail in another video. So once I realized how Qigong was quite amazing, and I was doing quite a few sets of Qigong, and I realized again how that can really help to quiet the mind, because I'm quite a busy, quite an active person, and it's very hard for me to switch off and just be calm. But what I realized is if you do switch off and be calm for half an hour, then it really does help you focus on your day, and that's going to help you to be more productive, rather than just kind of swimming around and just feeling a little bit scattered with our thoughts. So I was really intrigued with Qigong. Again, I just thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't go there for any training practices or go and do any courses, because they're thousands of pounds. But yeah, I realized that I'd been taking snippets off a website, and actually that was the only one that was doing an online course for Qigong. So yeah, I signed up for that, and I'm a certified practitioner in Qigong. I'm a certified practitioner in Kundalini yoga, which is the only yoga that resonated with me. I'm not really a fan of the other yogas. I just thought it was a bit, yoga is not really about how flexible you are. It really shouldn't be about that, and you know what the other person's doing next to you and how they're breathing. I think they're quite intimidating sometimes to do larger classes. A lot of my classes are private, one-on-one, or one-on-one over online, rather than people feeling a little bit inadequate when they go to like a big class, say, for instance. So that's how I tend to work, a little bit more private sessions. So yeah, so now I was doing Qigong, Kundalini, the singing bowls, and also EFT found its way to me. Again, as I was talking about with those courses online with Udemy, I really was wanting to soak up more and more information about how many different energy practices I could work with. Then EFT tapping found its way to me, because I did a life coach course. I'm a certified life coach, but I don't want to be a life coach, but I'm bringing that into the way that I work with my energy practice as well. EFT tapping really helps you reprogram the brain, because obviously we have all our held beliefs and old traumas all kept within the body, and all this energy work is about helping you release them, so they don't cause dis-ease, which further down the line can cause disease within the body. So once you understand that, then it's like, oh, okay, so how can I work on myself to help release these things that are not even relevant to me anymore? So with EFT tapping, you think a thought, and that goes down your energy line, which is your meridians, which is your energy, kind of like blood goes through your blood vessels. Energy goes through your meridian energy lines. So once that thought that you don't really think about anymore starts going down through the brain, you can tap on certain acupressure points that helps to release that thought and reprogram it with something a little bit more positive. Like, everything is okay. Everything's working out perfectly for me today. I've survived 100% of my worst moments. Everything is good. So you can do specific points that really do help to get rid of stress at that exact moment in time, and help you to cope with different situations. So that's quite a fantastic tool to work from as well. So all these things found their way to me, and I just kind of kept following the stages and the things that kept presenting themselves to me. So again, I wasn't working, and I had just researching, just picking up all this information. Now, I'd just come back from the Maldives, where I have so many clothes which were dresses and things, don't really like dresses, that I had to wear for the kind of events I was doing for millionaires, billionaires, famous people, all these kind of things. So I had to wear some dresses. So I had all these designer outfits. So what I did was I made little videos and I put them online and started selling them all for super, super cheap prices, just to get rid of that energy. And they just all reminded me of working, in the Maldives, that what I wasn't doing anymore, and the stress and all these kind of things. So it was like an energy clear out to get rid of all these things. So this was helping me to do all my energy work and so all my training from energy work, as well as kind of paying the rent and doing all these kind of things as well. So that was great, and then I got to see how excited, the cat's stuck in my tub, 1 second. And then I started to see how people were loving these pieces, and that really made me feel good and happy that it was going to some good homes as well. So it's really good to have an energy clear out, and people got some amazing items, so I was quite happy about that. So all my energy work was building up now. So I had quite a lot of energy work under my belt, so to speak, in so many different ways that I can work with people. What I decided to do next was that I wanted to, after seeing all these videos on Udemy, I realized that I wanted people to see the different facets of the energy work that I do, whether it's people who just want to work on their own energy, or whether it's people who want to become a practitioner but they want to have a look at different ways the energy work can work with them. So I started going around Ibiza and filming different segments in different places, different meditations, different breathing techniques, different sets, different just different parts of what I do, so that people can work on it themselves at home and they don't have that having to go to a class and feeling inadequate, or just not feeling comfortable in that situation. So that's what I did. I went around Ibiza. It was really hard to find places that were quiet because the crickets were going crazy and people would come into the areas, but I found some amazing spaces. You're more than welcome to have a look. It's only 29.99 euros, but I've also put a €5 discount on there, so it's only 24 euros for over 8 hours worth of energy practice and work that you can work with. Plus my book is actually on there as well, in the audio file, so that you can understand where I was coming from and where I got to up until the stage where I moved to Ibiza. So I do hope that that would inspire you and help you to find your life path, as I did, because sometimes we just go through life a little bit lost and you just need a little bit of a direction or a push in the right way as to how to do that. I have put that online, as I said, so I'm very excited to be presenting that to people. And what was next? So another video popped up from the guy that I was talking about on YouTube that was doing some really fantastic, actually he does a lot of reconnective healing and the reconnection himself, and I was loving his videos, and for some reason that popped up on my feed again on YouTube. And then I realized, this is only a couple of months ago, I realized, you know what, I think I can do this reconnection now. I think this is my time to do the reconnective healing course. So I had a look, and within 3 weeks time there was a training course for level 2. I'd already started on level 1, which is online course to do the reconnective healing. And yeah, there was one in Germany. So I thought, right, I haven't been to Leipzig in Germany, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this course that I feel I was meant to do, a year and a half ago. However, it wasn't the right time for me to be able to do that. I think it was pointing me in that direction. But sometimes you just need to wait until the time is right for you to follow that path. This was my time. I knew that it was my time to do reconnective healing, and I was ready and I was open and I was excited to do it. So I started to follow the path, and I went to Leipzig in Germany a couple of weeks ago, and I'm now a fully qualified reconnective healing practitioner. So this is me following my dream, not knowing where it's going to take me, but all these avenues started to turn up for me to follow. And I'm at the stage now where I don't know what's coming next. I know that I want to put this out there to as many people as possible, using the different channels and the different ways for me to do that, whether that's by video, whether that's by counseling people, whether and mentoring them, whether it's them following my videos. I'm just open to getting it out there for people to understand that you don't need to be some crazy hippie to work with your energy. It really, really can make a difference. It can be life changing. And I hope that following my story, I can help you with different areas of cleansing and balancing and managing your energy. So that's all about me and where I am. I'm following my dream. I follow my life passion. Don't do what you think other people want you to do. You live once. You've got to follow your dream. Yes, it's taken me around the world. I've gone from London to Dubai. I was in Dubai for 5 years, then I was in the Maldives for 2.5 years, and now I'm in Ibiza, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm a little bit closer to my family, so I get to see them a little bit more rather than being off around the world. So my life does seem fabulous in one respect. However, you know, I don't really have that family connection like people have partners and family and everything as well. So, you know, wherever you are in your life is amazing. You know, there are certain aspects of that I am missing. Although I don't feel lonely or alone in any way, shape or form, but I do think, you know, definitely people do have different things in their life that really they should look at as amazing positives. So just because you're off around the world somewhere doesn't mean to say that that's the best life that they can be. Maybe being somebody who's just happy and settled and they have a family and you know, they're watching them all grow up is also a fantastic, you know, way to be living. But however, no matter who you are, whether you're a rich millionaire, billionaire, whether you're, you know, super successful, or whether you just stay at home, you don't really do very much, we all have areas of our life which have been stressful or traumatizing, or old beliefs that are just stuck in our brain, and that's what we need to look at. We are all the same, we're all one. We just need to work on our energy, and that can help to cleanse it and balance it and just make you feel whole inside rather than what it looks like from the outside. So I hope you'll join me and my journey and the different videos that I hope you'll pick up some tidbits on, and we can work together. So I'll send some more videos soon. Just keep your eyes out for those. All right, bye.